So
Hey,
tell me, good morning, how are you doing?
I'm super good. I'm so excited.
How's your morning shaping up? Is it a
It's
busy
okay.
morning?
It's kind of a very busy schedule because I'm constructing a house and the second floor plastering is going on.
Mm-hmm.
So and I work on an evening shift. So you know it's kind of shaping up okay. And I've been running around since morning.
Hmm.
When I
So
told my friend,
please, yeah, yeah,
yeah, when I
complete.
told when I told my friend about I got a session from ma'am today, she's like, oh my God, you're so lucky.
Okay, thank you. So please introduce yourself before
Okay,
we
well,
talk further.
my name is Deepu. I work for an MNC in Bangalore, and I have been working around 16 to 17 years.
Oh,
Uh, I work for Genpact as a data analytics. I used to work in financial planning and analysis. Since I'm kind of inclined towards a technical thing, I moved to analytics. I learned data analytics and shaping up.
mm-hmm. Hmm. So what's your qualification?
I'm an MBA graduate.
MBA. Hmm.
In addition to that, I have completed my data analytics. You know, to manage or to compete with the new heads who is coming out of college. They are very updated,
Mhm.
enhanced.
Yes.
People like us,
Mm.
we cannot approach or we cannot do the traditional thing. We need to be agile.
Hmm.
Uh,
So how is the job market now? Is the recession coming to an end? Are there jobs available?
it's okay, but it is not as demanding it used to be, and companies are more of like looking on to the people, particularly from finance domain. They are looking for the people who are specified as a techno-functional role, not just a traditional who used to do the finance and accounting. Uh,
Hmm.
they're also looking for you should be well equipped with systems like SAP, Tableau, Power BI, Python. Yeah, so for me, every day is a learning. Like, I spend almost 1 or 2 hours learning many other tools to make sure
Hmm.
that I am up to the market, or whenever there is a question from my stakeholders or managers, I'm I'm ready for any kind of challenges that may come up on any day.
Hmm. So do people like me hold a chance to get a job again in IT? I guess.
Uh, yeah, I mean, see, like you need to update yourself. Oh my God, I'm sorry. You need to update yourself.
Hmm.
Just that otherwise things are okay. But you know what? I have been watching your video since almost a month.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was coincidentally your video came in. I'm like, I have not seen your face and I have not seen you in YouTube because I've been watching English videos and whichever the sessions that I get to see, I watch
Mm-hmm.
almost all the channels. And recently I watched started watching Ashutosh video also.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So since then, I was not aware that there were channels or the platforms like Ingi Talkie, English Diary. I have been familiarized with
Okay.
Clappingo or the other one. What is that? Kimbly,
Cambly.
Cambly, yeah,
Yes.
Cambly. So there are many other channels. So like as soon as I started watching your videos, like your way of taking classes or not taking classes, letting the people learn is a different way because all other sessions are like uh, you need to follow particular way of uh, it is like more of like a teaching. But what I noticed in you that you talk to people, try to understand, and you help them by helping. So that made me see. This is my first time I'm approaching a YouTuber. I never approached any not YouTuber. I wouldn't call that someone who teach.
Hmm.
Okay, or someone who I consider as a guru. Like I don't view anyone as in that form. Okay, I have a friend because we started our career together back in IBM. So I'm coming from a very remote village in Kerala. Like I studied in a uh, very small school, and I had to I would say I had to elope to Bangalore because of my pressure from my parents. So my career ambition was into something different. Like I wanted to become a director. So I was into,
Oh.
like I was working as an assistant director with many multiple directories. And in 2000, I completed my graduation in 2001. So that time, the social media, we were like, literally, we were like slaves. You have to do this, but the remuneration what you used to get is very minimal. So with that, I was not able to meet any kind of my parents' expectation because I was from a very poor family. So like, then I went to Bangalore. Then I started attending interview. There was a situation that I cried. I mean,
Yeah.
after coming back to an interview, like I realized, no, I'm not good for that. Then I
Mm.
joined spoken English class in Indira Nagar, and there was one of my other friend who is from Andhra Pradesh. He helped me a lot. He gave me a lot of movies. Then I
Oh.
started watching, and that desire came into my mind. Like I need to become something. So
Mm.
within a span of 6 months, I was able to at least break the interviews. I wouldn't say that
Mm.
I'm great. Then I got into IBM. That was my turning point. Then
Mm.
Hewlett Packard, then Honeywell,
Okay.
Philips.
Mm.
Currently, I worked in all the global roles. I traveled to Netherlands. I've been to UK as well. Currently, I'm working in a global role with the Genpact. So, like,
Mm.
what I do, if you have that desire, like the consistent,
Mm.
I notice this word in many of your, core session mates use consistency, focus. So I believe that if you have that, and moreover, if you have that desire in you, you would
Mm.
be able to achieve whatever you really want. So I
Mm.
noticed, like, being a mother, I know how difficult it is
Mhm.
to manage time because since I'm here in Kerala for almost long time, I'm seeing how my mother is managing household things. Like
Mm.
there was a time that I never used to bother, but since I have a daughter of 40, she's 14 years and she used to be in Bangalore. And now I have enrolled here in an ICSE school here in Kerala. So I've been
Mhm.
working from home for almost 2 to 3 years.
Mm.
So I can easily understand. Like I'm so empathetic. Like here, my parents or my mother never allow me to do any kind of household work other than small things. So,
Mm.
but still, every day I'm not saying it for just for my sake. Huh? Like I literally feel how she wakes up at around 5:30 and till the evening she sleeps at 10 o'clock. She's restless. She
Mm.
works. So I was thinking, and Bangalore, I know because I have a very close friend. She has two kids and she works as a India head for HR for one of the MNCs, India head
Okay.
HR. And I know
Mhm.
how she manages her time because when I used to stay with her, when I go to Bangalore for 1 or 2 days, so she wakes up in the morning, she cooks, she manages. Even her husband also support her a lot. So
Mm.
that is one of the thing I got attracted, not attracted, like I got that feeling, that respect for you. Like, you have kids and you had a career gap. And within a very short span of time, the unique way of that you're doing. And why I thought of approaching you because in one of your sessions I remembered like you are helping in your village mates that your mother's ancestral people. So
Yes.
I always had that desire in me. I should support the uh, kids or the children who are growing up in my own village because
Mm.
that time I was the only person who went to abroad other than the Middle East. I
Oh,
was the
yes.
only person who started working in MNC in
Mm.
that, I would say, the circle of 5 to 6 kilometers or 10 kilometers, I would say.
Mm.
That time we used to have a lot of connections, we used to be familiarized with a lot of people. Now the
Mm.
social medias came in, we know each other, but we don't know anybody. And
Yes.
technology made us handicapped, I would say.
Mm. Mm.
So there are many things that it made me, feel talking to you. Like you have a unique identity, I would say.
Thank you. That's a lot of appreciation for one day, I would say. But yes, I am like my children's exams are over and they are at home, and I'm on the verge of going mad, literally. Because sometimes you feel one child is good, then you think like you need to have another child so that they'll have company. But it's both of them need you. and they are fighting all the time. It's very chaotic. But sometimes you feel nice seeing them fight and having two kids, but sometimes it is so overwhelming. If they go to school, you still have time for yourself. But whole day, if they are at home, that too they are young, they don't know what to do. They need someone to entertain them all
Exactly.
throughout the day. So it is quite challenging nowadays. So I'm just praying for 2 months to just pass away very quickly so that I can finally have my me time again.
Yeah, true.
Mm.
And yeah, and the period of vacation, it is like super hectic for you guys. You
Yes.
will have to manage them, and if they are not really grown up. I know one of your elder daughter is 11 years, right?
Yeah, she's 10. Almost she's going to be 11. Yeah, she's 10 now.
Yeah, so she would be able to manage, but for the younger one, it would be like he or she need really need your attention.
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah,
Mhm. So, how did you work on your communication skills? I mean, your job role helped a lot in that, and also you've been abroad. So, did you face any challenges? How did you cope up with it?
definitely. When I went to UK for the first time back in 2012, I was not really this confident. Okay, and I was not able to speak well the way I used to speak now because that time I was really trying to enhance, and I had that even still also I have kind of an inferiority complex. Or when I talk to my managers, the big reason that I really started working on my language these days, because since I reached the level of manager, when you need to articulate something to my stakeholders or in a conference, I started fumbling, or I was not able to make such a please not I wouldn't say pleasing but impressive
Mm,
vocabulary. Yes, I
yes,
did face a lot of issues when I went to UK. I was not able to understand the
mm,
way they used to speak, because British accent is completely different than American accent, because I
yes,
have been working all those time until then with American people completely understand. So I was saying, like, I faced a lot of difficulties because
mm,
I was not able to understand some of the words they used to speak. And luckily, there was one of my very good friends. She was with me,
mm,
and we used to take the transition together. And whatever the doubts that I used to have, I used to note out and
mm,
note.
mm,
And at the end of the day, I used to ask her, please
mm,
help me. I
mm,
mean, what was the thing? So that moment, I realized if I really want to survive in this industry, or to work with a multinational organization, I
mm.
really need to work on my vocabulary. I really need to work on my conversation, modulation, many things.
Yes.
Then I slowly started watching movies,
Mm,
continuously, relentlessly. I started working. I don't know how many movies I have watched, irrespective of boring,
mm,
irrespective of my interest,
mm,
anything. I started reading also. And whenever I get time, even if I am driving, I play YouTube videos. Sometimes I might not watch. I mean, I might not watch the video, but I listen. So, I make sure that at least 1 or 2 hours in every day I spend on my communication thing. Because since I started working from home, my
mm.
language has been deteriorated like anything. Because I
Yes.
can really notice that in my daughter's language also, because when she was in Bangalore, she used to speak very well.
Mm,
Now she's struggling. Even though she's studying in ICSE school, she's
mm,
literally struggling. And
mm.
moreover, she's started having that Kerala accent as well.
Yes. Yes.
So I cannot let myself down, because I have to talk to people. Because
Mm,
my role is, global role. You have to talk to many people, so they
mm.
might not understand the way I speak. Because I used to have issues with oh, I used to say off,
Okay. Yes.
and I used to say girl.
Mm,
So, uh, so luckily, I have some friends who really could do healthy criticism. Like,
mm,
they make me understand, people. This is not the way. You need to say good. You need to say oh, like such kind of things. So then I started being very cautious.
mm.
Yeah,
Yes.
now I feel kind of okay, but still sometimes, you know, the main problem still I'm facing now is when I talk to someone, and when my friends are around, like particularly in Kerala, I
Mm,
fumble.
mm,
But I don't have that problem when I talk to my clients or managers over the phone. But when I talk to them face to face,
mm.
I fumble. So if I'm in the office and I'm like, Deepu, what are you doing? Then I come back and think. You could have spoken well. You know how to speak.
Mm.
So that issue, I don't know, maybe my inferiority thing or what is really triggering that thing. But still, now I am really working on it.
Mm.
I know I'm at an age where I have to take, uh, break because I am around the 40s. So I
Mm.
hardly has a few more years to left. But
Yes.
before that, I need to have that feeling that I did something good in my life, or that I felt I'm successful, or at least I achieved something. I should have that feeling. So I'm
Mm.
really internally working on, and I always have that. I always respect the people. I've been watching your videos, many other videos,
Mm.
and when still on that age also, still people are working on their language. I feel so motivated that see if they are doing it, why can't
Mm.
I?
Yes, yes, yes. That is the reason I have a lot of people from different age groups and different backgrounds. I have people in the 70s also talking to me. So even at that age, even I wonder sometimes what is motivating them to do this. They have a settled life, they have completed what they wanted to do. Still, why are they on this? Why are they improving on communication? Why are they learning new things? Why they're experimenting, talking to people? So I sometimes feel skeptical too, but you never know who motivates whom. They have grandchildren, and they say that my grandchildren don't know our native language, they are living somewhere else. In order to talk to them, we need to improve our English.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
different people have different motivation behind it, and there's a difference between knowing to speak and actually speaking. Maybe that is the issue with you. You know how to speak, but you're not used to video calls.
yeah,
So
maybe.
once you get the hang of video call, that you will build up that confidence also, because your English is good, your communication is good. Only a little bit, I would say, lack of practice. That's it. But with me, you're so comfortable, you're talking well. But there's a certain kind of pressure when you're talking for work, like to managers or on video calls. So maybe that's holding you back.
And I don't know if any one of your the one who approached asked you what made you to provide such kind of support to people. Like, see, most of the people do it for many other purpose.
Hmm.
So, and this is one of the other thing that made feel respect and feel like contacting you. So what is the trigger that made you? I know that I have been watching your videos, and I know you have many other reasons, like you wanted to do this, you wanted to, but apart from that, what made you to feel to you know initiate such a beautiful thing, I would say, to help people, or to understand people in terms of language, or in terms of upskilling them.
See, the main intention was using my time constructively. I have some free time, so what I would do is just be on the phone, and it sometimes makes you feel depressed that you're not doing anything in life. So I tried a lot of freelance positions, but you might be aware of people who say it's work from home, it's freelancing, but they are just promising. It is not what it appears to be. So then I started applying for freelance positions. Then I worked as a tutor on Inktalki. So I from there it started that I like talking to people. I want to do this. So I started my channel of my own.
1 minute, just something
Yeah,
went
yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So I would notice people would already upload my conversation on their YouTube channel. So that from there I thought let me have a YouTube channel of my own, and I started talking to people not with the intention of teaching them English or teaching them anything for that matter. It was just about interacting and communicating with people. So sometimes started people started approaching to have classes with me to teach them. So then I realized I'm good in English. So slowly that is how it is picking up. I'm just if they have some doubts, whatever knowledge I have, I try to clear them, and I try to help them with whatever. Some people also approach with personal issues also, like what they've gone through in life, this kind. So sometimes I turn into a counselor.
Great,
So
great.
I'm just enjoying doing it. That's it. I like talking to people, and it is a fun way of passing your time also. That's it. Nothing,
Great.
no, nothing big, nothing major. It's just small.
No, but it is really, I mean, appreciable, and uh, I mean, I don't know like how to express that, but really, I'm really impressed. It's
Mm.
really motivating, really inspiring.
Thank you. Thank you. When people also say you need to stop the person and you need to correct them. But there are people who are, so, first time on YouTube and they're already so nervous to speak. So when I cut them down and tell me this shouldn't be like this should be like that, then they'll forget the flow of words. So this is
Correct.
more like giving them an opportunity to speak and not being judgmental about it. Because here I'm not teaching. So there is a separate group which approaches me for teaching. In that, it is my duty to teach them. But now it is just interacting with people. Yes,
And in
yes.
Papigo, what I noticed, if you're booking a different people, like
Mm.
the first few minutes will be like introduction about yourself, blah 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 things.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, and I don't, it is like I don't call it interfering, but if the people are comfortable sharing their personal life, what they've gone through, so I'm also that kind of. I turn into a friend sometimes. I'm open to it. It's not only about teaching. There's much more to it. So I
Yeah.
don't go it into that totally tutoring. Sometimes I ask them personal questions, and since they're not recorded and put anywhere on the social media, they comfortably share their opinions or their life stories. So they have fun actually. One session they take and they want to continue. I have a person like through YouTube she contacted me, and from then it's been 4 months. She's like
Oh
continuously
my
taking
God.
classes. When she's traveling in metro, she's a working lady. She has a 7-month-old baby. So when she's traveling in the metro, she calls me. So to utilize that time when I'm free, she's free. We do audio calls. So yeah.
And one more thing, like I noticed in many of your videos, you mentioned you don't have any hobbies. But what I feel like whatever you are doing is your hobby.
Yes, yes, because hobbies is something which kind of gives you a break, which relaxes you, and you need to do something, which makes you happy. So that is basically hobby. So this is my interest. And whole day goes in editing and talking to people, scheduling sessions. So I don't have any hobby. I have always been like this. Only hobby was watching movies, listening to music. Now I don't even know what are the new releases. I'm totally surrounded with YouTube and people.
Now I feel like you are the new face of YouTube, I would say.
That's
No, I'm
too
not.
big,
I'm
I would
not.
say.
I'm not flattering. Like because see people who really want to improve their language. See, person like you who do. I know YouTube get monetized, but it takes a lot of time.
Yes.
And yeah, so but the see nowadays, the main thing people doesn't don't have is their time, and you
Yes.
are investing your time, and that is for a purpose. That is for a. It is not for what do you say, demanded purpose. It is for the purpose of nothing, or when I say nothing, like you're trying to uh, mm, enhance the life of someone, or upskill, trying to upskill someone. It is really uh, it, it is not seen in everyone.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And the money that you get from YouTube, it's not much, honestly.
It
So
is
if you go,
it
if
is the way it used to get in 2 or 3 years ago. Now it is.
it's not like that.
Yeah.
So sometimes I feel demotivated looking at the earnings and looking at my hard work. Then I think if not this, what else are you going to do? So this is my best shot. This is the ultimate thing that I can do. I've tried so much else in life. So it's okay. It's going good.
Okay.
Hmm.
Thank you.
So yeah, anything else?
Not really. I'm super happy.
Hmm. So yeah, lovely talking to you. I never know it's been so long that we have been speaking. Sometimes you run short of ideas while talking to people, but you're a good speaker. You just kept the conversation nicely. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. And I'll ask you to contact you.
Sure. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Yeah, you too. Bye bye.